Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to talk about zygomatic bone. We will start our topic with introduction. Zygomatic bone, commonly known as the cheekbone, is a paired facial bone that contributes to the structure of face. It forms the prominence of cheek and play a crucial role in facial aesthetic and function. Here you can see at the side the diagram of the skull, and the blue area of the skull is zygomatic bone. Now let's talk about the anatomy of zygomatic bone. Zygomatic bone consists of several distinct parts. They include surfaces, processes, and foramina of zygomatic bone. And now we will talk about them one by one. First, we will talk about the surfaces of zygomatic bone. Surfaces of zygomatic bone include lateral surface that is smooth and convex, and it forms the cheek prominence. And the other surface of zygomatic bone is orbital surface, as that is the part that contributes to the lateral wall and floor of orbit. The third surface of the zygomatic bone is temporal surface, and that is the part that faces the temporal region and helps form the zygomatic arch. Now let's talk about the processes of temporal bone. Processes of temporal bone include frontal process. It is the process that articulates with the frontal bone. The second process of zygomatic bone is temporal process that connects with the zygomatic process of temporal bone to form the zygomatic arch. The third process is the maxillary process that joins with the maxilla, and the fourth process of zygomatic bone is sphenoidal process that articulates with the sphenoid bone. So overall we can say that it has four processes: frontal process, temporal process, maxillary process, and sphenoidal process. Now let's talk about the foramina of the zygomatic bone. The foramina of zygomatic bone includes zygomaticofacial foramen that allow passage of zygomaticofacial nerve. And the second foramina is zygomaticotemporal foramen that transmit the zygomaticotemporal nerve. And the third foramina of zygomatic bone is zygomaticoorbital foramen that connects to the orbit. Now let's talk about the functions of zygomatic bone. It includes as it forms the facial structure, as it provides shapes and contour to the mid-face. The second function is muscle attachment, as it serves as an anchor for muscles involved in facial expression. So the muscles of facial expression, many of them are attached to zygomatic bone, so that's how it serves as a muscle attachment function. The third function of zygomatic bone is protection, as it shields underlying nerves and blood vessels. Now let's talk about the clinical significance of zygomatic bone. The clinical significance of zygomatic bone is fracture. Zygomatic bone fracture can affect vision and facial symmetry. The second function of zygomatic bone is cosmetic surgery, as often modified in reconstructive and aesthetic procedure. The third function of zygomatic bone is neurological impact, as damage to zygomatic bone can affect sensory nerves. Now let's talk about the conclusion of our lecture. Zygomatic bone, as we know, is essential for facial structure, function, and aesthetic. Understanding its anatomy and clinical relevance is crucial for medical studies and healthcare application. And this was all about the zygomatic bone. Hopefully you liked the video and understand our concept. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment.